Why on earth does Dream upload within 24 hours after I say that he quit? It's a weird coincidence to say the least. Am I determining when Dream uploads videos? No, I'm not. It is an insanely weird coincidence that both times I've said that Dream quits, he then uploads a video within 24 hours of me posting that video. It's odd, to say the least. But as I was thinking about it, it's not the idea that me posting a video about him quitting sparked him to make a new video, because obviously the videos that he made had to be in production beforehand. And to be fair, the videos that I made were in production and finished before I posted them, like days before. However, it begs the question with his most recent upload, what is off limits or on limits for us to talk about with Dream? Now, in order to understand this concept fully, we need to take a step back to focus on two separate things. The first thing is this idea of commentary. The whole idea of commentary videos isn't something new. In fact, there are YouTubers who are, they make a living off YouTube, where all they do is commentary. And even a large part of what they're known for is commentary, even if they don't. Take Jay Schlatt, for instance. He does commentary videos on logo designs, or Danny Gonzalez's commentary videos. There's these YouTubers who are prominent in the commentary industry, if you'd like to call it that, where that's what they do. However, when you make a commentary video, you're inviting discussion because you're looking at things in a certain perspective. And one of the comments that I see recurring throughout the videos that I do commentary on, specifically commentary on Dream, and I guess commentary in general, is whether or not I even have a right to say what I'm saying. I get people who say, it's none of your business whether you think this is good or bad, just leave it alone. And to be fair, I'm gonna say that I see this just as much on videos that I say good things about people that I do say about bad things. I made 20 videos on Dream, essentially right around there, and about 15 of them have been good, just complimenting and breaking down all the things that he's done well. And about 5 of them I'd say are neutral to critical, where I either say, yeah, there's good, but it evens out with things that aren't well, or I do genuinely, I just criticize it. And I don't criticize him out of malice, however, I just take what he says or says he's going to do, and when he doesn't do it, or things don't perform to a certain expectation, I do criticize them. I have nothing on him as a person. I love his content. I'm gonna be candid there. But it does beg the question of what can be talked about. But these comments of whether or not it's none of my business, in conjunction with him posting a video saying, hey, what's been said about me is getting to me enough to a point where I feel like I need to make a drastic change, it means we need to talk about that. So let's have that conversation. What is or isn't off limits in a commentary video? Now, to start off with the obvious of what I believe is on limits, I believe anything that has performance can be criticized, whether good or bad. Take, for example, any sports or competition. You have people who make a living literally talking about sports, these analysts, and in that name, analysts, they're analyzing how people are playing the game, and they're talking about that in a different regard, giving it a different light or perspective per se, in order to try to break that down and to explain it in a way that other viewers may not have seen it as. It adds a depth to whatever game it may be, whether that be basketball, football, or any competition. It could be, even there's commentators on spelling bees and analysts who do that. Any competition invites analysis. And so for the videos that I made that are largely about Dream's manhunts, I believe that those are very easily able to say, this is open for analysis. Now, does that mean that what I say is set in stone and not controversial? Absolutely not. I understand that things that I think are impressive may not be impressive to another person, and things I find interesting may not be interesting to another person. And however, things that are interesting to someone else may not have been things that caught my own attention. That being said, those are areas that we have discussion on. We're able to break down specifically what someone does. To take, for example, areas where people have often said, hey, in this specific moment of manhunt, Dream should have done this, but instead he did this and it led to his detriment. Now, we know that we're not criticizing Dream saying, oh, well, he made this one mistake and it was an obvious decision that he should have made, because we understand in the moment things look different. However, we as analysts have this ability to say, this is how we believe this should have been done and should have been handled. It's not negative talk on Dream, however, it is just offering an alternative perspective, which to me only makes the manhunts more and more intriguing. However, should we or should we not make commentary videos on things that aren't necessarily competition? For example, I did a series on naming the greatest villain on the Dream SMP, and I've done other things analyzing how Dream should do certain things. For example, how he should do his real life manhunt, how taking his mask off will affect him in his face reveal, things of that nature, which are commentary videos. Now, it should be no surprise that I believe they are fair game to be talked about. However, I think what gets controversial is the analysis of Dream and manhunt, and what he should or shouldn't have done is fairly black and white. I mean, I could even take things like breaking down the analytics of how long it takes to swing an axe and how much damage it does and why that makes Dream a better player, blah, 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 fill in the blank. However, when you compare that to the greatest villain section of things, where, let's be real, it's just my opinion, despite how many facts I put behind it or how many statements I have to back up my opinion, it is just my opinion, that's where it gets controversial. Because when I state my opinion in a confident way, it comes across as fact. I'm not going to deny that. When I made that series and I named Technoblade as the greatest villain, I made a statement that Technoblade is the greatest villain. That's a statement of fact. However, it is implied that that is just my own opinion. It gets controversial and it's weird, and I understand that, and that's the muddy part about making these videos. And when I look at Dream in his most recent upload with this idea that even though we share our opinions about him and we say, oh, Dream's changed, or Dream isn't the same as he was, and I wish Manhunt would come back, these are all our own opinions saying, I don't like how he did this, or I do like how he did this. And even though they're opinions, it was something that caused him to put his mask back on. Now, to switch gears and to talk about that specifically, I understand why he did. Now, obviously, I don't really have a problem with my face being out there. However, if you guys watch more of my recent videos, you'll notice that I really don't have my face in the videos a lot. I mean, even back when I was doing the villain series, I had my face in at the beginning to make a comedic joke or whatever bit I was trying to do. However, I try to make sure that the focus is on the content that I'm making. So when I'm making Minecraft videos, I don't want my face cam in there because you don't need to see my reaction. That's not part of the video for me. The video is all about what I'm producing in that specific challenge. And Dream's the same way, where he doesn't want to have this overwhelming feeling, or this is again my belief, I should probably make that caveat more often, but Dream doesn't want people subconsciously thinking about his face and focusing on that during the video. He just wants the videos to be about the Minecraft experience in the video that he's portraying. But when it comes back to commentaries and us breaking this down and sharing our opinion about what we should or shouldn't put into these videos, or how or we should or shouldn't criticize Dream, I think one of the core ultimate issues is that I don't have a say or affect anything Dream does. Like, if I say Dream should do a manhunt in real life, I don't have a way to help facilitate making that happen. Or when I say Dream should post more, I don't have a way of facilitating and making that happen. Now, I have tried to facilitate as best as I can, which is it's minimal, knowing that he doesn't really know who I am. When it comes to manhunt in real life, I've offered to help film. I have cameras, I have equipment, I've got a gimbal, I've got lav mics, I can help. When it comes to editing, I edit my videos and I edit them quickly, so I could do a turnaround in a quick amount of time, and I've offered those skills up to him as well. And even I've done things like sent him armor. There's a post that he made where he wore armor that I specifically sent him, armor that I made for a cosplay specifically with real life manhunt in mind. And I know he's gotten that, so I know he knows I exist. However, despite my offers, there's a 99% chance that he does not even know that those offers are out there. And that's okay. But it does beg the genuine question of, should I or should I not even say anything? And ultimately, I should. Having a conversation about people, whether it be constructive or critical, is something we should talk about. I believe in accountability, and I believe that goes even to people who have already made it. And accountability can be big, it can be small. When I make these videos about him, there's never been a single one where I have the intent to put him down or to say, hey, Dream, you suck. However, there are times where I do get frustrated. As you saw in the video where I talked about him quitting most recently, I was frustrated that he said he's gonna make videos and didn't follow through. It bugs me. I'm not gonna lie and pretend that it doesn't. However, I believe it is fair game for us to say, hey, you said this and you didn't follow through. Now, you may not see it come back in my own life because you guys aren't a part of my personal life, but I have people surrounding me when I do make mistakes and I promise something and I mess up, they call me out. And it goes the same for them. They put themselves out in a public platform, which opens up that opportunity for us to critique them. And that's just the way that it is. And I think it's beneficial. Again, I made this point multiple times and I just need to make it one last time. Dream, I enjoy your content. I love what you do. I will continue to watch what you post. This isn't me calling you out in a way that says I dislike your character, but it is the honest reaction of a fan of Dream wishing to see the best in him. And if that means pointing out things that he doesn't do perfectly, I'll do it, even if it makes a couple people upset. The point is to have the conversation. Not that I'm the word of God, but just it's something for us to talk about and to think about. So like and subscribe, boys! Like and subscribe!